At Morning Live, SABC, that's our Twitter handle. It's up, it's running. We'd love to hear from you if you've got any questions about anything, and particularly the next topic, please start tweeting us. Starting from next week, Monday, the public will be able to have their say regarding Eskom's latest application to the National Energy Regulator of South Africa. Late last year, the electricity utility submitted a regulatory clearing account application. Experts say, if granted, the country could see a tariff increase of 17% in April. To explain what this means is the regulator spokesperson, Charles Hlebela. Good to have you, Charles. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, and thanks for having us.
What does this regulatory clearing account methodology actually mean? I mean, let's explain it in simple terms.
The regulatory clearing account, what we call RCA, it's a tool that is used to reconcile Eskom's approved revenues and expenditures against their actual revenues and expenditures. You recall that Eskom's approved revenues and expenditures are based on forecast. There are certain assumptions that are made when that approval is made. So from time to time, a reconciliation needs to be made for the approved revenues and expenditure versus the actuals. So that's what this exercise is all about. This tool, it's within the MYPD methodology, the multi-year price determination methodology that the energy regulator is using to regulate Eskom's revenues.
Now, let's look at what it is Eskom is actually wanting. In the application, Eskom spoke about wanting to regain 11.7 billion for a shortfall in revenue, amongst others. When you get an application of this kind, what do you look at exactly to make your decision?
Yes, I think the key elements of this application, as you correctly indicated, there are about four. The revenue that they're requesting, and the primary energy, your OCGTs and your diesel. There's independent integrated demand management, and also the service incentive scheme. So you are correct that the main kind of revenues that they want to recover is from your revenue allowances and also primary energy. So those are the issues that the energy regulator will consider in this application. But over and above that, the energy regulator also consider any other issue that might be in the best interest of the overall South African economy and the public. So that's why it is important for the public and the stakeholders to participate in these public hearings, so that they present their views to the energy regulator, for those views to be taken into consideration when the decision is made.
Let's before we talk about how the public can get involved, let's just talk about what it's going to mean for the country and the consumer. We talk about the possibility and the huge possibility of a 17% increase in our tariffs coming April.
Yes, they have applied for 22.8 billion. Which will amount to about, I think it's about 16% increase around there, if ever it's approved.
Okay.
If ever it's approved. But I think one most important thing, Lian, is that the energy regulator allows only expenditure that has been incurred efficiently or prudently. So Eskom's application, will have to pass, the efficiency or prudency test. That is very, very, very important.
That's what's important.
Yes.
So let's now talk about exactly what's going to be happening, because the public have to have their voices heard, and this is going to influence the decision as to what actually happens. So from the 18th, give us information. How is this going to work?
With the public's input and comments, does not necessarily influence the energy regulator's decision, but it assists, in terms of those comments and views.
So it doesn't have an influence, but it just gives us public...
considered.
It's considered.
It's considered. It's considered. Remember that it's we need a viable and efficient Eskom. But also, on the other hand, the energy regulator must ensure that the electricity prices are affordable. So there's that, balancing act that the energy regulator needs to make. It is important for the public and stakeholders to make their views and comments regarding this application, because remember, the energy regulator's decisions are based on facts and evidence. So we need those facts and evidence from the public and stakeholders so that they are considered by the energy regulator.
Right. So just where can people get information about where they can comment? Where do they go?
The application is on the website.
On the website.
Yeah, Nersa website, www.nersa.org.za.
Fantastic.
They can, get more information there. And also, those that are still interested, in terms of presenting at these public hearings, because they need to register. They need to send an email to public hearings at nersa.org.za. Yes. I must indicate that the deadline for registration was the 13th of January, but I still believe that the energy regulator can still accommodate those that still want to come and present.
Get them in very fast. That email address again is publichearings@nersa.org.za. Get your email in there if you would like to put your proposals forward as to why you believe we should not get this electricity, a tariff hike of 17% in April. We've got Eskom that are looking for around about 22.8 billion rand in funding. We need an efficient electricity provider, but at the same time, this year is going to be an expensive year for South Africans. We can already see that.